To worship you, I live. To worship you, I live to worship you. Oh, to worship you, I live. To worship you, I live to worship you.
He's wonderful, isn't he? He's wonderful. Ma'am, that's with Melissa. I don't know you and I didn't get to pray for you. But the Lord told me to tell you that there's doors I see in front of you. And there's 4 doors that they're shut. And they're all the same color. But he's saying behind the door, it's all different. And he said, when you begin to make the choice of which door to walk through, you're going to stand and see these doors in front of you and think they're all the same, but they're not the same. Because just like you look at these doors on this room right here, it's the same doors that's in the building that we were in a while ago. It's larger. It's a different room. It didn't have pillars in the room. And everything will be different in each room. But the Lord said, if you'll be walking in the Spirit and knowing His voice, you will pick the right door. And that's the door that He is going to bring forth blessings and the things that you've been asking Him for. But in that room that I see you walk through and you choose, I see gold and silver, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's, of course, I probably would think glitzy because I am, but that's what I see. But beyond that, there's another door on the other side. And he said, when you walk through that room in the blessings, because it will be a blessing, it'll be, the enemy will try to attack you. He always does. But it won't be to the point of you're going to fall down. Of, I can't do this right now, being dragged, because the enemy has beat me. But what he's saying, when you walk through the door on the other side, it's vast, massive, huge. The other doors do not have that.